Imagine the sheer humiliation of walking into the one place you're supposed to feel safe, your own bedroom, and seeing another woman laying up in your sheets. Now imagine the man you live with looking you dead in the face, not to apologize, but to tell you to pack your bags and get to the curb. That is exactly the sickening reality Nevaeh just woke up to, and the timeline is absolutely losing its mind over the sheer audacity. Blueface didn't just cross a line, he obliterated it, kicking Nevaeh out of the residence while his new guest got comfortable. But if you think Nevaeh just quietly ordered an Uber and cried herself to sleep, you clearly don't know how this game works. She is officially clapping back, and she is burning the whole house down with her. Internet reactions suggest this is the most toxic stunt he's pulled all year, which is honestly saying a lot given his track record. Supporters are practically begging Nevaeh to finally stand on business and walk away. But here is the wild part. The part that has everyone aggressively refreshing their feeds right now. Allegedly, Nevaeh didn't just get asked to leave. There's a massive, disgusting rumor circulating about what the other girl was actually doing while Nevaeh was forced to drag her suitcases out the front door. According to public discussion, this wasn't just a messy breakup. It was a calculated, deliberate public execution of her dignity. And while half the internet is busy calling Blueface a master manipulator, Nevaeh hopped online and started dropping undeniable receipts that flipped this entire narrative upside down. We're talking deleted comments and a timeline of events proving this betrayal was brewing right under her nose. Everyone is screaming about the blatant disrespect, but nobody is paying attention to the massive digital footprint this new girl left behind. Because before we even get to the explosive, scorched earth screenshots Nevaeh just posted to clear her name, we need to talk about who this mystery woman actually is. Because industry observers noticed a disturbing detail in her recent posts that proves she didn't just stumble into that bed by accident. When the front door locks behind you and your bags are sitting on the concrete, you have two choices in this era of internet culture. You can suffer in silence, or you can weaponize your humiliation. Nevaeh chose violence. Barely an hour after being exiled from her own living situation, she hit that Instagram Live button, and the energy shifted from a private tragedy to a completely unhinged public spectacle. The tears were barely dry, but the shock had fully mutated into pure, unfiltered rage. She didn't just want sympathy, she wanted blood. According to public discussion, that very first live stream is going down in the messy history books. Nevaeh was visibly shaking, not just from the heartbreak, but from a deeply infuriating detail she casually dropped 5 minutes into the broadcast. Allegedly, she wasn't just told to pack her bags by Blueface. The narrative took a violently toxic turn when Nevaeh claimed the new girl didn't just lay in the bed. She actually got up and started helping throw Nevaeh's belongings into the hallway. The immediate internet reaction was absolute chaos. Just reading that sentence makes your blood pressure spike. Fans were screaming at their screens. The audacity to sleep in another woman's spot and then touch her designer bags? It's a level of disrespect that triggered an instant wave of support for Nevaeh. The timeline rallied, yelling at her to drag him, sue him, and expose every single skeleton in that house. People were out for justice. But internet sympathy is incredibly cheap and aggressively fickle. Almost as soon as the drag him comments flooded in, a massive, brutal wave of victim-blaming crashed right over it. Critics argue that Nevaeh is playing the victim in a game she willingly signed up for. The brutal reality of this specific corner of hip-hop drama is that audiences have zero patience for naivety. Whole threads on Twitter lit up with people pointing out Blueface's notoriously dark legacy of public humiliation. You knew exactly what he was when you moved in, became the dominant counter-narrative, completely fracturing public perception. Nevaeh quickly realized that crying on live wasn't going to win the war. She needed ammunition. So she ended the broadcast and went straight to her Instagram stories, dropping the first barrage of scorched earth text message screenshots. She wasn't just venting anymore. She was bringing receipts. The screenshots allegedly showed conversations from just hours before the eviction, painting a picture of a completely normal relationship right up until the trap was sprung. Fans immediately turned into digital forensic experts. People were pausing videos, zooming in on timestamps, and dissecting battery percentages. Internet reactions suggest these texts proved Blueface wasn't just acting on a random impulse. He was actively stringing Nevaeh along, telling her everything was fine, while simultaneously coordinating the new girl's late-night arrival. It was a calculated ambush, designed to inflict maximum emotional damage. You would think getting exposed with hard, time-stamped evidence would make a person retreat, or at least issue one of those fake PR apologies. But this is Blueface. Instead of laying low, he leaned entirely into his villain era. While Nevaeh was fighting for her dignity online, industry observers noticed Blueface's response was chillingly casual. He didn't address the allegations. He didn't deny the new girl was there. He simply posted a heavily subliminal, wildly disrespectful meme on his story about taking out the trash. That single post was a masterclass in toxic clout chasing. By refusing to directly engage but openly mocking her pain, he sent his engagement numbers through the roof. He knows exactly how the algorithm works. The pain is the product, and he is the distributor. Every single time she cries publicly, his streams go up. It's a sick, twisted dynamic that the audience recognizes but absolutely cannot look away from. But right in the middle of this digital crossfire, something incredibly weird started happening on Nevaeh's page. Viewers who were camping in her comment section noticed an aggressive shift. Long, detailed paragraphs of support, and specifically comments naming the other girl, were vanishing. Behind the scenes, someone was actively scrubbing the comment section in real time, who is aggressively deleting these comments. If Nevaeh is in full expose mode, why is she suddenly censoring the people trying to help her identify the woman in her bed? Conspiracy theories instantly caught fire. Some supporters believe Blueface camp still has access to her logins and is trying to control the damage. Others think Nevaeh's own management is panicking, desperately trying to silence her before she violates an NDA or burns a bridge she might actually want to cross back over later. The paranoia is justified because the receipts Nevaeh dropped didn't just expose her ex. In her blind rage to clear her name, the unredacted screenshots actually caught someone else in the crossfire. She forgot to crop out a specific text bubble, and in doing so, she dragged a completely unexpected, high-profile mutual friend right into the center of this mess. You think Nevaeh just cried and took the L? No, because the evidence she accidentally leaked next doesn't just make Blueface look like a monster. It completely shifts the spotlight away from the breakup and shines a blinding light directly onto the other girl. And once the internet figured out exactly who was sleeping in that bed, the entire storyline flipped, proving that absolutely nobody in this situation is innocent. The internet remains undefeated when it comes to digital forensics. That single unredacted text bubble Nevaeh accidentally left on her Instagram story was all it took. Within minutes, the T-Pages and TikTok sleuths had cross-referenced the blurry profile picture, matching the acrylic nails and the exact interior lighting of Blueface's bedroom. They didn't just find the other girl. They dragged her entire existence directly into the spotlight. And the second her identity hit the timeline, the entire narrative violently shifted from a tragic breakup story into something deeply sinister. According to public discussion, this wasn't just some random civilian who made a bad judgment call after a night at the club. TikTok immediately started tearing through her digital footprint, and the timeline was utterly disgusted by what they found. Old videos, archived posts, and messy comment threads surfaced, painting a picture of someone desperate to orbit Blueface's camp. Fans uncovered a trail of subliminal TikToks dating back weeks. Videos where she was blatantly mocking a main girl and bragging about being flown out. She wasn't an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire. She was actively stalking the position. This sparked a massive, highly debated conversation about industry plants in the modern dating world. Industry observers noticed how perfectly choreographed her arrival actually felt. In this specific toxic cloud economy, there is an entire subculture of women who will happily play the home-wrecking villain in a rapper's life just to secure a fast track to influencer status. The public humiliation is just the entry fee. Viewers started questioning the suspiciously perfect timing of it all. The reality that someone would actively help throw another woman's belongings onto the street, just for a quick boost in followers, had the comment section completely sick to their stomachs. But instead of locking her page and hiding from the digital mob like a normal person, the new girl doubled down in the most disrespectful way humanly possible. Less than 24 hours after Nevaeh was evicted, this girl posted a smug, full-body mirror selfie. And not just any mirror selfie. She took it inside the exact bathroom Nevaeh was just crying about being kicked out of. She was wearing what looked incredibly like one of Blueface's oversized chains, smirking right into the camera. It was a direct, calculated taunt. She wanted the hate. She was feeding off the outrage, practically daring Nevaeh to say her name again. The sheer brazenness of that selfie-sent public discourse spiraling into a completely different direction. Supporters who were originally ready to go to war for Nevaeh suddenly hit the brakes. People started connecting the dots, looking at Blueface skyrocketing streaming numbers and the sudden, massive surge in both women's social media engagement. A dark theory took over Twitter. What if Blueface orchestrated this entire beef just to farm engagement? He knows his audience is addicted to trauma bonding and messy fallout. By tossing a highly ambitious, clout-hungry villain into the mix, he essentially manufactured a viral soap opera where he gets paid every single time someone tweets his name.